slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it.
That was Amara Brown, Mukoko, and it's a love song. And of course, I had to play a love song because I'm about to do Wendy. And this is the saddest and greatest love story I have come across in a while. So, okay, I'm back. And I was doing experiments and I kind of oversteamed my face. I was trying to remove bad vibes on people's foreheads. And those of you who've had some of my readings, you know that sometimes I tell you what to do. I give you a spell to break a spell, and I give you a ritual to break something that has happened to you. And one of the things that I keep coming across, especially with Santeria, is that they put things on people's foreheads. They put bad luck and stuff like that on people's foreheads. And I was like, how do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? So, I'm a scientist. Witchdoctoring is science, okay? Okay. Anything scientific, I'm there first because we are all scientists. Okay. So anyway, and unfortunately, I am my own guinea pig. So I'm trying to find a removal of bad spells, right? On the forehead that Santeria is so good at doing. And I was told by my ancestors hot water. So it was, of course, I knew that I would need to throw some herbs into water. That I thought I would boil it. That I threw my face in there. Even my skin tags fell off, people. Okay, so I'm not yet there. I still haven't found the right temperature, so I'm still torturing my face. That's witch doctoring, right? We actually spend very little time doing divination and lots of other times doing experiments and trying to find a way of bringing the metaphysical into the physical. Okay. Anyway, I am back and today is the 18th of April. I shall be recording a lot of 18 April. I hope you can pick it up. I doubt it. I don't know how to make my calendar bigger. It is so sad. I'm going to get a new camera one of these days and, a new tripod and make things look nice. But anyway, today is the 18th of April. Happy birthday, Zimbabwe. Well, by the time I download this, it'll be way after the 18th of April. So today's the 18th of April, but I'm only downloading it towards, when my ancestors say it is the right time to do so, I will do so. It is the same as me doing a Nipsey Hussle post-mortem. I am gonna do it and I will put it on here, but I will have it, those dates and stuff like that on that date and that time. We are giving people to get over their feelings and their emotions because there was just too much emotion and too much feeling in the air, and not all of it was good. So anyway, we do have a message. We do have what we wanted from a cultural perspective. From, you call him Nipsey, we call him Az Magadon, short of his last name. And that's what he called himself. He called himself Az. So I will be doing a cultural postmortem reading of Az, what led to his death. And I will put it on there with a date for when people's emotions are calmer. And in the West, it appears that it takes you guys a very long time to calm your emotions. So, yeah. But for us, we would do the post-mortem right after the person is buried. But we're just more accepting of death, I think. We are just, even if it's a major star, we cry, we get over it, we move on. Life is good. But I will be doing a post-mortem. It's called a gata, and I'm going to do a gata on Az, right? And today I'm doing an update on Wendy Williams because her fans have been bugging me. They've all been pretending they are not fans. And they've all been pretending they are not enjoying watching this woman suffer. And they have been, and they are fans. How are you a fan of Wendy's? You watch her show. You watch every episode or every other episode. You watch it. I watched Wendy 3 times a few years ago, and the show was not to my liking. Okay, it's not Wendy herself because she's just doing a job. This is a job, and anyone who went to school for mass communications and that sort of thing would know that this is just a job, right? In her real life, she's not that mean. In her real life, she's not that nosy about other people's lives. In her real life, she's not that, but that's what she gets paid to do, right? So, are you a Wendy fan? Yes, you're a Wendy fan when you watch Wendy, because I decided she wasn't my cup of tea. I'm an Oprah kind of girl. I never missed Oprah, and I'm still an Oprah fan, right? So, I left Wendy to do her thing, and I stayed with Oprah, and I'm still with Oprah, and I'm good, because with Oprah, I learn, I grow, I do better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I go for. So it's the same thing as bloggers. There are some bloggers whose job is to be so evil, and I leave them to it. More power to them. I applaud them. I wish them all the best, because there are really a lot of dark people in this world, and on these YouTube streets there are really a lot of dark people, and they need to be catered to just like everybody else. I'm just not going to join that bandwagon. So good for you, and I'll let your light shine and I'll move away. That's what I personally do. Okay, I prefer not to attack a human being while their light is shining. I prefer not to be there and, you know, to say nasty ass things or to say nasty things about them afterwards. I prefer not to do that. I prefer not to waste my life, because life is precious, people. I had a near-death experience. I know life is precious and it can be gone just like that. Ask Az. So, you know, aka Nipsey, ask him. Life can go so fast and you have so much you need to do, but it's gone, right? And every day from the moment that we are born, we are courting our own death. Every day. And finally, we're going to build it up, and the building is going to be complete, and boom, we're dead. Every action that we do, everything that we do. So why waste my life? Why waste any second of my goddamn life watching people that I don't agree with? Why waste even 2 seconds? Oh, hell no. I refuse. My life, my time, to do it as I wish, and I will expose myself to what I want. So I'm an Oprah kind of girl. Let it be known. Okay? I'm all Oprah through and through. Having said that, for Wendy's fans and for ourselves in general, my ancestors and I, we laughed so hard. We said, well, that's what happens when all the players are not on the board. This is what happens when all the players are not on the board. And this is why I am so here today. Because the players, people, there were players missing on the board when we did the Wendy and Kelvin scenario. And I'm not talking about that gay guy who's telling lies or not. We'll soon see. I am talking about Lionsgate, Wendy's bosses. Nigerians would call him Oga, the Oga at the top. Wendy's boss. We did not put Wendy's boss into perspective, and we did not put Kelvin's other woman into perspective. We didn't put Kelvin's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white female who is very expensive and who works for Lionsgate and who is actually divorcing Kelvin from Wendy. We did not put her into perspective. We did not put her hell hath no fury into perspective because we didn't know. We didn't do Jussie Smollett because we knew that a very important person was going to come in there and shake things and do what she wanted to do and free Jussie, because, we knew that. And so, we didn't do a reading on that because we're not getting political. Sorry, we are not political. So we knew that and we were going to stay out of it. And Trump is going crazy about this because he knows the truth, right? He knows that some corruption went down, some political corruption went down, and a very political great person had something to do with it, right? But we didn't take into account Wendy's boss, Wendy's Olga, and we didn't take into account Kelvin's other female who actually worked for Lionsgate. We didn't. So today we are going to look at Wendy's divorce, which she doesn't want. She doesn't want to be divorced. And from a psychic perspective, this divorce is very bad for her right now. But the world doesn't see that because the world is used to forcing stars into doing what they want them to do. The world has become, social media has given us the power to dictate their lives. And that's why social media is being attacked by the powers that be. Okay, because it has freed us a lot. It has also imprisoned us, especially those people like Wendy. So I'm going to shake Wendy, and I'm going to shake her husband, and I'm going to shake Lionsgate. Oh, yes, I'm going to put Lionsgate in here. Then I'm going to put the other female that my ancestors and I researched and saw, the one who is moving this divorce, the one who exposed all of Kelvin's shenanigans because she was hurt. She was upset with him because between the two of them, they made some promises to each other and he didn't keep them. Right? So shall we shake? Wendy. And I, as we expected, we get a very broken Wendy. She doesn't know what to do. She's weeping. She's leaning into the plate like this, and she's holding on, and she's on her knees, and she is weeping. We expected that because divorcing her husband is not something she wants to do. She was given an ultimatum. She was told, Wendy, your career is gonna end. And Wendy knows that if her career ends, her marriage with her husband will end too. So she was like, so what do I do? What do I do? She was living in the hope that they could fix this. So while they're still in here, this divorce is going to take a very long time unless if Kelvin's ex-mistress stays on it and the bitch is staying on it. Okay? So this is Wendy. So now let's call Kelvin. Kelvin doesn't even care. Okay? He doesn't care that Lionsgate has fired him and bullshit. He does not care because he knows he owns Wendy and they know that he owns Wendy. They're trying to buy him out. They didn't fire him, even though they said we are firing him. The public relations department said we are firing him, but they're not firing him. They're trying to buy him out to the tune of $50 million or 50. Yeah, to the tune of 50. That's what they've offered him, $50 million. They've offered him 50 to remove his name, blah, blah. And while he's still in the plate, not giving a fuck and standing over a very broken Wendy who, now that he is in the plate, Wendy is holding him by his legs like this, literally, and she is crying on her knees. We have brought this woman to her knees, and guess what? She is never going to rise from those knees, ever. And that makes me feel something terrible. I feel awful. I feel icky. I feel disgusting. I'm disgusted with myself. But anyway, she is on her knees to this man, and she is weeping. She doesn't want to lose him. And she's saying, please come back to me. Please come back to me in this place. And Kelvin or Kevin does not give a fuck because he still has the power and he's about to make some money. For Kelvin to go away, Lionsgate is going to have to give him $180 million because he owns everything. But the Kelvin that has walked into this plate does not give a fuck about Wendy anymore. He wants to destroy her, and he is going to. He says, I'm going to destroy this bitch. I am going to destroy her because she forgot her place. Right? So that's the Kelvin. So now let's call the madam from Lionsgate, the blonde-haired, fake blue-eyed female. She could be Hispanic. All I know is that she is light-skinned, Caucasian-like. She could be Hispanic, okay? She is in her 30s, mid-30s, 35, 36. It took a while for us to find her because that's what we do, you know? When things go sideways, we start to look for the hand. That's like if I'm giving a reading on someone who's going to court. I want to see all the players, and I always ask, give me all the players' names. Give me all the players' names. Everybody, the judge, the one who's writing the notes, everybody, because I want to know where the judgment is going to come from, because there is a soul in that room who's going to make the decision, and everybody is going to go with that decision, and you'll be amazed at the soul that makes the decision, right? So anyway, this is a very beautiful young lady, and I am going to call her in. I'm just going to call a Lionsgate representative, okay? Because she does work for Lionsgate. She used to sleep with Kelvin. She had an abortion by him, and she works for Lionsgate, and she is in charge of all this business. Let's call the lady in. Lionsgate lady. Lionsgate lady. Lionsgate lady. I swear to God she is Caucasian, but I can't be sure, right? But she is Caucasian. She is very beautiful in my opinion, alrighty? I don't know about others' opinion, but in my opinion, this is a very beautiful woman. She is like 35, 36, and she has been with Kelvin for like 3 years. And the promises they made to each other, and she is talking, she is so furious. She is so furious. He promised her that he would get a nice divorce from Wendy. They would wait for, a good time, and then they would, come out with their relationship. She says, we had it all planned. And then I got pregnant, and then he showed me his true colors. On the other hand, these two are at war, as you can tell, right? So I'm going to take them out of my plate before shit goes down, as much as I'm really loving this shit because Kelvin has turned on her, right? Oh my God, these are perfect people. Alrighty. So now, people, please take a look at my spread. I'm really going to get a new camera because this is not working for my ass. Okay. So this is my perfect spread, yo. I'm very pleased with it. Okay. My perfect spread. Okay, so this is what we have here. Boom, 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 boom. We have Wendy. She is surprisingly on the left. Okay, for Wendy to be on the left, I'm not liking it. And I had to pull her from the edge. But I do know that destruction is coming for Wendy. Personal destruction is going to lead to professional destruction. And now the personal destruction is not being led by her. It's being moved by Ms. Lionsgate. And Ms. Lionsgate is to the right. This is a very strong woman. She knows what she wants and how she wants. And right now, she at war with her ex-boyfriend. Her ex-boyfriend, Kelvin. So in the middle, the owner of both these women, Kelvin. And so, alrighty. I hope everybody can see everything because sometimes when I edit, I lose footage and I get so pissed. But I promise you, I'm going to make enough money to be able to buy a nice new camera. I promise you. And then I'll have to learn how to use it because I'm African and technology sucks. Okay. Okay. So, There's a lot of love here among all these people. Surprisingly enough, I am stunned, okay? I am stunned, okay? It's like, this is Kelvin, and he loves both these women. He loves Miss Lionsgate, who has turned her back on him. She says, I love him, but I ain't down with that. And she's looking over there. And this is Wendy, whom he still loves, who is looking at him because she still loves her husband. She is the one who's been kicked to the curb, and she doesn't want to be kicked to the curb, and she wishes this would all stop. Okay. So, Miss Lionsgate, who decided that Wendy had to divorce him because her brand was suffering. She wasn't lying. Wendy's brand was suffering. It's really, really suffering. So she wasn't lying, but she took advantage of that. The thing is, Miss Lionsgate, though, is the one who exposed Kelvin. She is the one who released the pictures. She is the one who got the tabloids onto Kelvin. Okay? Let's not forget that. She is the one orchestrating this whole thing. She is the one playing the fiddle, and she is doing a damn good job. They sat Wendy down, and they told her she had to divorce her husband because the brand was suffering, and they showed her the facts and figures. They were not lying. But see, Miss Lionsgate, when she released those pictures and those images of Kelvin, she knew exactly what was going to go down. She knew exactly what was going to go down. And down it went. Okay? So they told her she had no choice but to divorce him because she signed a contract where certain personal things were not allowed. They did indeed take into perspective what the public was saying to her. Divorce him. But this woman knows she can't live without her brain. She knows this. And she is standing here, and my hand is waving over her soul, and she's saying, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. She knows it. She knows it. And she's trying very hard to hold on to this man. And this one is like, I loved you, you dog, and you did this to me. So was there a relationship between Miss Lionsgate and Kelvin? Yes. A triangle one. So she felt Miss Lionsgate was taken by surprise by Kelvin's other women. Because Miss Lionsgate really thought it was her, it was Wendy, it was him. Right? Because he told her that he would divorce Wendy for her, and she believed him. He told her that they would have babies together because she really wants babies, and she believed him. And so when she had the abortion, it was a definite abortion. He told her the timing wasn't right and Wendy wouldn't accept it. This is the abortion right here, and Wendy was used as an excuse. But he says, and he was actually saying that in the plate, he says that bitch is too expensive. She was just too expensive and too demanding and too needy. He came across a very strong woman and he couldn't handle it. Basically, he can say what he wants to say, but basically he came across an extremely strong woman and he couldn't handle it. The women that Kelvin usually goes for are, the weak ones, like Wendy. The ones who don't really think for themselves, like Sharina, who really is getting a lot of the brunt to this whole situation when really she's not even a pawn in it, right? This female discovered about Sharina a long time ago, but she did nothing about it, right? Sharina is actually very close to Wendy. Can you guys see that? She's actually sympathizing with Wendy right now. Okay, so anyway, this Miss Lionsgate discovered that there was a Sharina. She didn't care until she discovered that Sharina was pregnant, and then she cared, and then she decided, after talking to him, because he's saying she talks to me, I didn't believe her. She said she would destroy me. I didn't believe her. Who destroys me? Come on now. That's a joke. His words, not mine. Okay. That's a joke, right? But she totally meant it. So Miss Lionsgate hired someone and contacted the blog, the newspapers. She really contacted the real newspapers, and she had all his dirty linen out. And every time we thought we were going to forget, she had more dirty linen out, and she is going to continue to do that. Okay, guys, we are going to be inundated with that because she has no intentions of her boss going backwards, and she has no intentions of him going back to Wendy, or Wendy of ever having him. Basically, she is saying, if I can't have him, Wendy, you can't have him. Sharina can't have him. Them are the two bitches that I just discovered who are behind him can't have him. Nobody can have him. Okay. Alrighty. So she is flexing her muscle, and she is doing a damn good job. This is Lionsgate right here. This is how powerful they are, these executives, and they are all behind her. She has clout. She has clout, and she is using it to destroy Kelvin Hunter. And in the process, she is destroying Wendy Williams, and she doesn't even care. So how is Wendy going to take this divorce? This divorce, she's really trying to move it at the speed of light. Oh my God, she is very serious about her business. She's trying to move this divorce at the speed of light. We shall be reading lots of articles about it. Wendy is shocked at the speed at which the divorce is going. Even house hunting, that was her to Wendy. Something about Wendy's contract being moral values. Yeah, something about moral values. They must uphold a high standard of moral values, and that was also in his contract with Lionsgate, upholds moral values, and they haven't done it because Wendy here agreed to Sharina, and she agreed to the other baby mama because there is another baby coming, a boy, right? She agreed to this so that she could keep him, right? So they are using the morality clause. They are saying you were not moral, right? You were not moral. We can only keep one of you, and we choose to keep you, Wendy. But Wendy is going to deteriorate faster without Kelvin. Faster than they can even imagine. See, Miss Lionsgate is a very strong woman. She doesn't understand that some women are just not as strong. So Wendy is going to deteriorate really fast. Really, really fast. Not just a little bit at a time. No. Remember when I said in the last reading that her career has got so many changes that she's going to have lots of breakdowns? Wendy is going to deteriorate really, really fast. And I hope there's someone to catch her because she doesn't want to let go of her husband. She keeps screaming, no, 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 right here. But she signed a contract. And this female is using the law. So, Wendy has really got nothing to do with this divorce. Even if you see the distance and the separation between Wendy and... look at the distance between Wendy and this one, and the distance between Wendy's husband and this one. This is a much shorter distance, and they're going to go to war. They're going to fight. Okay, trust and believe. Kelvin is going to lose. Lionsgate is going to win because these are some big kahunas, obviously. If you know Lionsgate, you know they are big, right? He's going to lose, but guess what, people? He's going to get a huge chunk of money. Like I said, somewhere around 180 million. They are just going to pay him off a huge chunk of money because he owns Wendy. They're not going to tell us that, though. That's they're going to pay him a huge chunk of money. They're going to pay him even though he broke the morality clause. Had he not broken it and had they charged him with something else, he might even have got like 250 million. So Lionsgate doesn't think it's anything. They just want him to be gone. They just like, be gone, motherfucker, be gone because you're ruining our brand. But even Lionsgate has no idea how much this woman depends on this man to survive. She's not going to make it. She's not going to make it. So people are fantasizing that Wendy's going to be, because I even read in the newspaper that, oh, she is back to her old self. You are joking. You people are playing with yourselves to make yourselves feel better, right? You know, people are joking. She's nowhere near okay. She's gonna go back to drugs and drinking, okay? Because this decision, this choice was not hers. It wasn't hers. And it's still not hers. She still wants her husband. She doesn't want to be without him. She says he's her best friend. She says despite everything, he's her best friend. She says she co-signed on Sharina because her son is a drug addict and, you know, it was bothering her husband. So she said, why don't you just have other children since I can't, since he's younger than me. And so, you know, we were working it. It's just like having a surrogate and I don't even have to change the diapers, right? That's what she just said. Okay. So, however, in the society where she could have done this in Africa, nobody would have given a fuck, but she did it in this part of the world, and it means everything to this part of the world's people. Okay. Okay. So now let us go to, is it Alvion? Kevin and Alvion. Okay, let me just, sorry, give me a few seconds to look for Kelvin Hunter's boyfriend. Kelvin Hunter. Avion Foster. Okay. Avion Foster. Okay. Kelvin Hunter. Avion Foster. Kelvin Hunter. Avion Foster. Kelvin Hunter. Alvion Foster. Kelvin Hunter, Alvion Foster. Okay. Relationship spread, people. Was there a relationship between Kelvin Hunter and Alvion Foster? This is Kelvin. This is Alvin. And the answer is no. There was no relationship. And you know what? I knew that because Kelvin Hunter in Angolan in the Angolan language or proverb, they have a saying. They have a saying about men like Kelvin Hunter. They say they smell of pussy, right? Like that man really smells of pussy. Basically, he has so much sex with females that the smell of the vagina is all over him because he's always inside a vagina. And Kelvin Hunter is always inside a vagina. So I knew it. I knew it. So this is Alvion Foster, who is telling lies. And this is Kelvin Hunter. And this is money that didn't exchange hands. Okay? This is money that didn't exchange hands. And Kelvin has it. And so Alvion, is that his name? Avion. Oh, goodness. Avion, like the car. I think there's a car called Avion, isn't there? Okay. Avion wants money from Kelvin Hunter. There was some kind of a business deal that went wrong. Okay, he wants money. But I can tell you that Kelvin was fucking a woman close to Avion. See, Kelvin was fucking a woman close to Avion, whom Avion was also fucking, right? And Kelvin was giving that woman lots of money. Because, you know, Kelvin is very, very generous. You should walk my way. I need generosity, okay? You should walk my way. Kelvin, I'll be very nice to you. Very nice. There's this African thing I can do. Okay. Anyway, Kelvin is very generous with his women, right? He was giving her money and shit, and Avion was watching this and waiting for his money from some business deal that he did with Kelvin, and the money wasn't coming. So Avion made this up. Okay. He didn't make it up. There's definitely a business connection between the two of them. And in that business connection, Avion has received nothing, right? But, he has seen how much money has been spent on this other female who's also in Avion's life, and Avion ain't having it. Avion is saying, I will have me and mine or else. So Avion is going to keep on talking. Avion is going to keep... it's a credit card called Avion. Oh, my God. Yes, it's a credit card called Avion. Alrighty, so anyway, Avion is going to keep on talking. You see, Avion still talking. He's going to keep on talking, but people are going to tune him out with time. They're going to tune him out. This man ain't going to talk. This man called Calvin, who is very sure of himself, ain't going to talk. He calls it bullshit, and he's not going to waste his time in life on bullshit, and he's just turned his back on that shit. He's not going to talk. Nope. We're not going to hear from him about this. This is actually a bullshit story. It's a bullshit story, and he thinks he can ruin Calvin because of it. But look, Calvin, Lionsgate is going to pay him a hell of a lot of money. He will always be rich. Always. So this is a bullshit story, and eventually people are going to tune him out. But Kelvin is not even going to sue him. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even care that much. He's not even going to sue him. But that Avion has ruined his career. Well, not that he had much of a career to begin with. Okay, I've never done Kelvin and Sharina. So I'm going to put Sharina into the pot, and she will be my last one. Okay, Sharina. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, I don't know what to call this. Let me ask what it is. Why did it fall out? The relationship between Sharina and Kelvin is very bad. It's almost at its end. Kelvin and Sharina. It's almost at its end. Sharina wants out. Sharina really wants out. Isn't that weird when you almost think that she's winning? Sharina wants out. So, okay. Sharina is a surprisingly very quiet woman. She's also extremely sneaky. She doesn't have much to say for herself, but she's also extremely, extremely sneaky. Kelvin wasn't her only lover. She had a whole lot of download relationships. And Sharina was just born to live off men. And Sharina will live off men. She just will do it because that's what she was born to do. She's not a very likable female to women, but she's very likable to men. Okay? Men like her very much. Females, not so much. So, okay. So, this is Sharina, and she's only got 2 shells. That's because bitch does nothing. Well, you know what? She's lucky. If you can get it and if you can work it, get it and work it. Life is about hustling, and black women have the hardest lives. So, more power to you, sister girl. So, anyway, this is the man with all the money. See, money. The man with all the power, and power, right? And he really loves Sharina. He also loves her. He also loves her, but she doesn't love him. And he also loves her, but she doesn't love him. These 2 women in his life are exactly like Sharina. Sharina has no love for Wendy's husband. She has no love for Kelvin. She doesn't love him at all. She does not. He is her coin. End of story. But he is into her. That's the way it should be. That's what we call, In my culture, that's what we call a healthy relationship. When you don't love a man and he loves you, in my culture, that's what we call a healthy relationship. And that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. Okay. There is definitely he loves her a hell of a lot. She doesn't love him. He wants 2 kids with her. She thinks this one kid is good. She thinks the one kid is good. They are not seeing eye to eye right now. As you can see, there's some distance between them. She is very angry at what he has taken away from her. But when I put my hand over, she says it was in his name anyway. Everything is always in his name. Okay, so I want you guys to look at something. All the money is on Kelvin's side. Bitch ain't got money. Basically, he keeps her almost penniless. That's the power he has over her money. He keeps this woman almost penniless, and she's feeling it. She is really feeling it, and she is so bitter about that. And she is looking at a man who is in Kelvin's circle, right? And I think she may be giving it to him because she thinks that if she can move from Kelvin to this man, she'll be good. Okay. At some point, Sharina is going to have to start working for herself. Because when Kelvin is free, he's going to get himself... No, she's going to stay with Kelvin when he is free. They're going to stay and they're going to be, and it's like she is a Wendy too. She's okay with sharing Kelvin. She doesn't really give a fuck as long as she is wearing designer duds and she is looking good and she's wearing diamonds and they're all coming from him. And he really does give her. He really gives her what she wants and how she wants. So, they're going to stay together. And he's going to continue keeping all his other harem. They're going to stay together for a while. And he's going to keep his harem. But really, she is one of many. And she doesn't care. She's very cold, this woman. She's extremely cold. Extremely nasty. Like, if you talk to her in person, she's nasty. She bites. Okay, she really bites. And she is uncaring. And she's like, fuck all you all. She is just a piece of work. She is a piece of work. And she is very isolated. Like, she is not really allowed to have close friends or be around people. He's very possessive of her. And there is violence in this relationship. There truly is violence from him to her. And on that note, people, I hope I've given you an update because we really wanted to do this update for ourselves. We were very excited. And I want to thank you all for watching. Oh, for the new subscribers, you have arrived. This is your port of call. To the tourists, thank you so much for not peeing in the fountains. Okay. Thank you so much and much love from this Bantu to you. Bye.